The other big day of celebration was in May, when the Virgin of El Rocío, far away in the marshes of Huelva province, was venerated by the town's devout worshippers. For weeks before the big day, just about every shop and bar in town sold little ceramic jugs on green and white lanyards. These were to be worn around the throats of the believers and played a vital role in their devotions. The notion was that anybody carrying a decent supply of drink would fill up the jugs of any devotee with whom they might cross paths. It was very bad form to take to the streets without some form of refreshment to offer the faithful. The first year I went out with my little white jug was a total washout. Not a drop came my way. But by the second year I had come into possession of the key piece of information. You had to ask. The suppliers were under no obligation to offer. Once you had this key, Domingo rociero, as it was known, was pretty good fun. It was traditional to wear a bandana, some sort of hat, the little jug, and light-coloured trousers. The one year I really went for it and kitted myself out like a true devotee of the Virgin was a great day. There was plenty of free food about too, with lots of families setting up little stalls on the main street and offering serrano ham, chorizo and cheese. You had to be careful though, as some of the stalls were private, strictly intended for members of clubs, religious guilds and other groups. A colleague of mine by the name of Gus, a Scottish alcoholic with a genial nature and only a rudimentary grasp of the Spanish language, once spent a few hours at one of these private booths, filling his boots in time-honoured fashion, whilst all the while Maria assumed that he was friends with Diego, who in turn imagined that he was friends with Carlos, and so on and so forth, ad infinitum, until, after 4 hours when nobody had heard him utter a word to anybody, unless it was to ask for a drop more sherry or another morsel of chorizo, it finally dawned on the crowd that he was not an acolyte of the Virgin, but rather an assiduous follower of Bacchus, and his little game was rumbled.